Oh, shoot. Oh no, I'm back again. I was only gone for a minute because I pushed a wrong button and cut that video off. This is Mike from Mike's Magic Auto Detailing and Paint Enhancement here in Sharpsburg, Georgia. Kind of a poopy weather day. As I was saying earlier before I rudely cut myself off, this is a new Ram 3500 turbo diesel heavy duty. It's a gully stomper, I'm here to tell you. Whether you like Dodges or not, or Rams, whatever. Anyway, I'm back. We strip washed this bad boy. We deconned it. And all the paint has been very tediously and carefully clay barred, even like these little bitty areas right here, right up under here, because that's painted right there. That's paint. Oh boy. And you can see where I've got my soft fender protector. It's got magnets on the corner so that when I have to lean over to do like the hood, or I even clay barred all the glass, Mr. Mike, so when I have to lean over, I don't want to scratch the paint and make more work for myself when it's not necessary. Mr. Mike, if that's you watching, I even clay barred this paint inside of the fender wells. Oh boy. And the saga of the tires, that's what a perfectly clean tire looks like without any coating on it whatsoever. Of course, the first time you drove it in the rain, it'd be all crappy looking again if you don't have a coating on there. So there will be a coating going on there, a semi-gloss or a semi-matte finish. And I think you're like me. I don't like my tires real shiny. I kind of like them like this. But it won't stay that way very long without any protecting on it whatsoever. So we'll do that. And I said we clay barred all the glass all the way around. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But folks, this is what perfectly clean paint looks like. This is what we call virgin clear coat. Although the quick detailer I use for lube when I'm clay barring does leave a wee bit of protection behind. So that's where a little bit of that shine is coming from, but mostly it's because the paint is flat. That's where your shine comes from mostly. And I will, of course, have to paint prep this thing at the end of polishing, which is what's coming up next, is what we call a one-step polish. There's no sunlight out here, the light is poor, but there are plenty of micro marring scratches in this paint. When the sun comes out or you get under some light, you can see that, and the one step will get rid of the vast majority of that, most of it, as I like to say. And then we'll have to paint prep it again before we can apply the TMR 10-year coating on it, which will increase this gloss and shine even more and provide an extra level of protection. And they say it adds about 1 mil or 2 to the clear coat, which is a good thing because the clear coat on these new vehicles is not very thick at all. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, that's perfectly clean, folks. It just can't get much cleaner than this. And this detail has rapidly approached almost a concours level detail, but not quite. But and there's a spot on the bumper right there, Mr. Mike. I don't know if you can see that or not. I'm not sure what that is. No chemical would remove it. And I had gloves on. I think it's where something might have flipped up and hit that bumper and chipped the chrome just a little bit right there, because clay bar, nothing, no chemical took it off. clay barred the hell out of it. That didn't take it off. And then I took my rubber gloves off and felt of it, and it feels like a little bitty chip in the chrome. Who knows? Who knows? You know, if you drive a vehicle on a regular basis, you're going to get stuff like that. All this was clay barred lightly. You don't want to go too heavy on this stuff because it's not all that durable. You would think it would be, since it's on the front of the vehicle and it's going to constantly get hammered with stuff hitting it when you drive down the road. But be that as it may, that's car makers nowadays. They try to go on the cheap as much as they can. Oh well, oh well. The metal ones are in pretty good shape. Those are pretty durable, but it'll all get a light polish, Mr. Mike, anyway, which is necessary. You know, I got some drizzle stains where my quick detailer dribbled down. Not a big deal. A quick light polish with some Flitz polish and a Flitz polishing ball will clean that right off in just a matter of seconds. No big deal. I got down low under there, that lip spoiler or whatever they call it down there. Yeah, got down on my basically hands and knees, scrubbed all that. I will put a light protectant on there because I try not to change the appearance, because my customer likes the matte finish. He does not want any shine added to stuff like this, although this has got a pretty good gloss to it. But he doesn't want any of this to shine at all. Doesn't want to change the appearance of these pillar posts, which is kind of a dilemma. I'm going to have to do a little bit of research there, Mike, Mr. West, because I don't know right offhand of any protectant you could put on these, which they need some protectant, because that paint is not very durable. To protect them, that doesn't have at least some shining to it. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. Yeah, whatever I end up putting on there, if we don't like it, I'll put something very light and short-lived on there. And, you know, if you don't like it, all I'll have to do is wipe it off with some isopropyl alcohol and a rag. It'll just wipe it, just take it right off. Got all in here, Mr. Mike. I even washed down in there. I have a really long brush that's not much bigger around than the handle on this pointer here, that you can stick down in there and get all down in there. That always drives me crazy on these trucks, is trying to clean down in there. Of course, this one wasn't bad because it's new, but some of the ones I get, man, it's just really bad down in there. Washed out your tail, your bed here, got rid of that washness that was down there. And I bet you can see, just sitting out here just for the little while it has, filling back up with pine straw. A leaf blower, you can blow that right out. Oh boy. Yep, them tires are looking pretty good. You got some discolor spots like right there, but the coating will get rid of that pronto, or just wiping it with a little bit of citral and a microfiber rag will wash that right off. But the old coating is 98% gone, if not 100%, which was absolutely critical. Wash your inner fender wells. They're all clean. I will put a little bit of protectant on there so that hopefully next go around, whether it's you or me, those will be easier to clean. They weren't terrible because there's just so few miles on this truck right now. So I'm going to put all the clay bar stuff away, get my polisher out. I've got to polish that glass, even though it's a newer truck. Like I said, it's sat around outside apparently for quite some time, and it's got some drizzle stains on there. And let me tell you what, holding a 8-pound polisher at arm's length, even standing on my platform, getting way over there in the middle, that is some physically difficult stuff. Of course, when you get back over this way, it gets easier. But man, reaching way over there in the middle, like I say, holding that buffer at arm's length, keeping it in contact with the glass, it can be very difficult to control. Oh well, that's just the way of it. They don't call it detailing for nothing. I even popped open the hood, Mr. Mike, and cleaned all up under here, because there was some nastiness inside there that, you know, from going down the road, stuff getting caught up in there. So that chrome piece has been cleaned all the way up in that crack, because I popped the hood up so I could get in there. Had all those little bitty brushes getting up in there. Oh man. Of course, that's typical with most any car I do. All the grills, and this one actually wasn't as bad as many of them that I do, but it's still time consuming. It takes a while because you got to go in and out, in and out, in and out with that brush and move along and different angles. And listen at me, wah, 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 wah. Got all that stuff down in there. Clean all right there with those little soft detail brushes. Have to be wary of these sensors. Very wary. I'm not sure how durable they are, and I don't intend to find out. So very, very clean with a mild detergent and a very soft detail brush in there. Same thing in the back. There's sensors back there, you know that. So anyway, I'm gonna shut my mouth and get back to work, Mr. Mike. Hopefully I'll be putting coating on this thing tomorrow. Hopefully. It just depends on how fast the buffing goes. Anyway, y'all like, tag, share, follow, subscribe, and all that stuff. Give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down. I do appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mike, for giving me the honor of working on this brand new truck. I love it. I'll talk to you later.